difficulty. Bai Shen told him to see for himself when they come back. Sometime later, Lin and Yi Yi came out of the Dragon Frontline dungeon. Now Lin is a level 26 Necromancer, and Yi Yi is a level 23 Assassin. Yi Yi told Lin that her cooldown talisman needs to charge up again, so she is planning to head back first and submit her task. She asked him what he is going to do. Lin told her that he would be going back too since the competition is coming up, and he will take this time to sell the equipment as well. Then both of them return to Shenxia Academy using the teleportation circle. Lin immediately goes to the trade center and sells all the equipment he collected in the dungeon. He sells all of them for 20 million and leaves. However, the trading center's manager was too shocked, wondering who this big shot is that sells all equipment from the hell difficulty. Leaving there, Lin contacted Bai Shen through the communication device. Bai Shen, not expecting a call from Lin so soon, asked him why he returned so early. Lin informed him that he had completed his task. Bai Shen was shocked to hear that Lin had already completed his task and asked him to come over quickly. Lin immediately went to meet him, and Bai Shen was amazed to see that Lin was already level 26. Wondering about his level, Bai Shen asked Lin how he leveled up so quickly. Lin told him that he had been clearing dungeons non-stop. Bai Shen commented that even if Lin had been solo clearing nightmare difficulty dungeons, the leveling rate shouldn't be this fast. Lin clarified that he was not clearing nightmare difficulty but hell difficulty, and with someone else. Meng Anwen proudly said, "Didn't I say that he could solo clear hell difficulty? And that someone else is probably old Ning's precious granddaughter." Lin became nervous, wondering how they knew all that. Bai Shen asked Lin if this was true, which meant Lin also got the title. Lin activated the Dragon War King title to show Bai Shen. Bai Shen now understood that Lin was more capable than he thought. Praising Lin for his great performance, Bai Shen asked if the cooldown talisman was all used up, and Lin confirmed. Lin then showed Bai Shen the items he collected and mentioned that he couldn't find an alchemist, so he would trouble Bai Shen. Bai Shen told Lin that charging up the cooldown talisman isn't an easy thing to do, but since Lin's performance was good, he would help him. Bai Shen said he would notify Lin once it's done charging up. Lin thanked him, and Bai Shen asked if Lin had heard about the competition. Lin confirmed, and Bai Shen told him that the competition is held once every 5 years, and this year, Shenxia Empire would be hosting it. The competition would happen in 10 days. With a serious expression, Bai Shen told Lin that not only did he want Lin to participate, but he wanted him to become the champion. Lin agreed. Then he took out Rutger's armor and asked Lord Bai to please take care of these two. Bai Shen asked why Lin had ancient Rome's Vulcan set equipment. Meng Anwen mentioned hearing that the Vulcan set equipment was given to the Vulcan Knight last year. He asked Lin if he killed the Vulcan Knight. Lin told Meng Anwen that they were the ones who tried to kill Lin and Yi Yi in the dungeon first. Meng Anwen got really angry when he heard that, shouting about how they dared to touch their students in Shenxia territory. He heard that the Vatican has ways to resurrect their own people, so that Brat might still be alive. He was so angry that the whole group started to shake just from his anger. Bai Shen told Meng Anwen to hold it, and that he shouldn't be so hasty. Realizing his mistake, Meng Anwen calmed down. Bai Shen opened his inventory, took all the things Lin bought back, and said, "All right, you should go back, Lin, and leave this matter to me. After so many years of inactivity, it seems my other title has been forgotten." Bai Shen is also known as Shenxia's slaughterer god, and only his name was enough to make enemies tremble in fear. Lin once heard that Lord Bai invaded Country H alone and killed 2 of the top 3 strong players there, almost achieving the feat of destroying a country alone. Bai Shen knows that he can't do this alone because ancient Rome is a strong nation. He has to bring Old Ning along as well. He looks at Meng Anwen and said, "Old Meng, I'll have to trouble you with the Tyrant Necklace and the charging of this cooldown talisman." Meng Anwen told him that it's not a problem, saying that the moment the guy from the Vatican dared to treat Old Ning's granddaughter like that, they were doomed. Sometime later in ancient Rome, when people were working, suddenly a bright light appeared in the sky. When people looked at the sky to check what it was, they were all shocked because a huge meteor burning in flames was coming towards them. It was too terrifying, and a boy said, "Is that the magic of a divine mage? Could it be the descent of Vulcan, the god of fire?" Suddenly, a priest saw 2 people flying beside that huge meteor. He shouted, "They are enemies. If they are able to levitate, this means they're professionals who have passed the 3rd job change." He told them to inform the Pope. Those people flying in the sky were Old Ning and Bai Shen, who were very angry. Old Ning shouted, "Gubat, come out right now!" Gubat is the name of Rome's pope. Seeing Old Ning and Bai Shen, who created the fire meteorite to attack, all the people of the ancient Holy Rome Empire became too scared. They thought that their empire was done for, and everyone was looking for the pope, thinking he could do something in this situation. Suddenly, some people came out of the Holy Church and flew towards that fire meteorite. These people were the Pope and powerful elders of the Holy Church. When citizens saw that the Pope and elders were here, they thought they were safe now and nothing would happen. The Pope of the ancient Rome Vatican is an old man named Gubat. Pope Gubat got very angry when he found out that their Vatican city is under attack. In anger, Pope Gubat shouted, asking who was looking for him and how dare they mess with the Vatican. Are they seeking death? But Pope Gubat's throat got dry when he saw Ning Tairan, the divine-level professional from the Shenxia Empire, standing there. Pope Gubat himself is very powerful, but he is nothing in front of Ning Tairan. Ning Tairan was not alone. Pope Gubat got more scared and started trembling in fear when he saw Shenxia's slaughterer God Bai Shen standing beside Ning Tairan. Pope Gubat could not understand why both of them were there. But a thought made him more scared. Did they come here to destroy the Vatican country? Pope's tone immediately changed seeing both of them there. Nervousness was all around his face. He managed to make a smiley face and respectfully greeted and welcomed them to his country. He asked for forgiveness first, and said that if the Vatican has offended them in any way, he will surely compensate for it. Gubat is clueless and doesn't know why both of them have come there. On the ground, all the citizens are confused about why the Pope is talking like that. It was a normal reaction after seeing the most powerful person in the Vatican country behaving like that. People now understand that they are all really going to die there. In the sky, angry Old Ning asks Pope Gubat to take out a boy named Rutgers right now. Hearing him, the Pope gets confused, thinking how did Rutgers offend someone like Old Ning and Bai Shen? But the scared Pope did not dare to ask and immediately orders the elders to go and bring Rutgers there. The elders left to get Rutgers. Pope Gubat cautiously asks Old Ning and Bai Shen what Rutgers has done to offend both of them. He asks because Rutgers is Vulcan Palace's holy son, and the Pope needs to protect Rutgers as much as he can. Old Ning coldly stated that Rutgers didn't offend him. Confused Gubat turns to Bai Shen, and Bai Shen also added that Rutgers didn't offend him either. Hearing that, the Pope gets relieved that Rutgers didn't offend them. But his relief didn't last long as Old Ning's eyes showed killing intent, and he mentioned that Rutgers offended his precious granddaughter. Bai Shen also added that Rutgers offended his precious disciple. Gubat got too scared when he heard what Rutgers did. Gubat knows that what Rutgers did is worse than directly offending Old Ning and Bai Shen. Gubat was angry, thinking, that damn Rutgers, what did he do? On the other hand, elders take out Rutgers, who is weak at the moment and is barely able to walk by himself. Seeing Rutgers like that, Old Ning asks the Pope if he is the descendant of Vulcan. Rutgers also gets scared when he sees the fire meteor flying around. Suddenly, a yellow light falls on Rutgers, and he starts to fly towards it. It was the Pope who used his power to summon Rutgers there. He grabbed Rutgers' hand and said, "This is really Rutgers, the Holy Son. The reason why he is like that is because he accidentally died 2 days ago and has just been resurrected." Rutgers was trembling in fear seeing Old Ning and Bai Shen there. When Old Ning saw Rutgers, he used his spiritual pressure on Rutgers' mind and said, "So it was you who used the dungeon tracking scroll to chase after Lin Moyu, a student of my Shenxia Academy. And it was also you who called my granddaughter a tu." Because Old Ning used spiritual pressure on Rutgers, he was unable to lie and hide his emotions. Rutgers was very angry and shouted, "How dare that bastard kill me? I'll kill him no matter what. His title and woman both belong to me. I'll make her my toy and force her to live entirely dependent on me." Pope Gubat was too stunned as he didn't expect Rutgers would say all that. Gubat was too scared, thinking that because of Rutgers, their holy country is done for. He tried to say something but shut up when Bai Shen glared at him in anger. Angry Old Ning looks at Pope Gubat and said, "Rutgers has his stigma in the Vatican's divine statue so he can resurrect after death, right? Then let's see whether you still can revive him without the statue." Old Ning attacks Rutgers with the fire meteor. Seeing this, the Pope immediately runs away from there and orders all his elders to run away. Rutgers didn't run away and stand still there. He was laughing, saying no one can kill him, and he can just revive again. It was like he has lost his mind and could not understand the situation. The fire meteor hits Rutgers directly, and he burnt to death. Then the meteor starts to fall on the Holy Church where Vatican's divine statue is that can revive Rutgers. Seeing this, everyone who was on the ground starts to run away from there. When that giant fire meteor falls on the church, there was a huge explosion, and all the ground around it turns into a wasteland. Pope was too shocked and scared to see his church like that. But he didn't say anything because he cannot do anything to stop it. Before leaving, Bai Shen warns him that if this happens again, he will destroy ancient Rome himself. When both Old Ning and Bai Shen left, the Pope comes down on the ground to help people. All the people and elders were looking at the Pope with hope. Pope Gubat told all of them that they should be happy to be alive. Because with Bai Shen's temper, it is already a mercy that they didn't kill them all. Pope told them to think about what happened to Country H, which Bai Shen single-handedly destroyed. Everyone was cursing Rutgers, saying that if it weren't for him, the Vatican wouldn't be going through such hardships now. The Pope told elders that since the statue has been destroyed, and their Vatican has suffered a great deal of damage, they need to lay low in the future. Living is already a blessing in misfortune. After leaving ancient Rome, both Bai Shen and Old Ning arrive at Shenxi Academy. They directly go to get some tea, and Meng Anwen also joins them. Bai Shen said, "Old Ning, since when did you become so good-tempered? Did you pamper your granddaughter too much?" Old Ning asks him, "Isn't Bai Shen the same? If it were before, he would have burned the entire Vatican down." Bai Shen said, "Old Ning, as one gets older, one should accumulate virtue and do less killing. The culprit has already been executed, and there is not much difference between killing